All right, everyone. So welcome to this time to meditate on our thoughts, beliefs, ways of seeing the world or life that look like it's a problem. Who knows what can happen with these questions? So I always love beginning at the very beginning, very start of just, we notice the discomfort, the trouble. What brings us here? That can happen different times in our lives. Whenever we're turning our attention to what hurts, what is suffering, and noticing the power of our thought to give our attention to whatever we're suffering about. So just letting that in this first step come up, come in, the noticing of whatever it is that's disturbing us, that brings trouble. And just letting it come. Noticing right now in the moment as we think about whatever's disturbing as it comes to mind, safe in the moment. So in a way, welcoming this trouble, the disturbance, the difficulty, welcoming the unwelcome, we might say, but really noticing when I look at that relationship or that incident, that condition, that situation, I brace myself, I defend, I want to attack. I don't like it. I'm against it. And so see if there is a repetitive situation or condition that looks like is disturbing. Might seem like a funny question, like how could there not be? I once spoke with a woman who read Byron Katie's book, Loving What Is, quite a few years ago, and then said, okay, all the things that I'm against. And closed the book and took out a notebook and wrote down like 320 things that she was against in her life. And then started at the top. And I thought, wow, that's so organized. And we don't have to do it like that. We could just notice in the moment. It's so easy to see it. Lack of peace. What causes my lack of peace? This thing comes along in life. So see what it is that you want to take a look at today. What wants to come up for inquiry. I love that we get to just pick one thing out of all those 300 plus or whatever it is moments. And I notice when you feel quite anxious about a few things, sometimes it starts to look like everything's insecure. And we're just looking at one experience. It could be from yesterday, and it could be from last year. It could be from age 10. Something that looks disturbing, dangerous. And it's okay to be petty as can be. Like, somebody was sharing yesterday. The store closed 5 minutes before they said they were. It was 5 minutes to 3. The store closes at 3 and they were closing. Just noticing that rush of irritation. So if you have another mind that's thinking and saying, that's not really that big of a deal, or this is so huge, it's too big for just questioning your thoughts about it. Even that's more thinking. So just let it be however it is, whatever comes up. No situation too big, too small for the work. And let's see who wants to do the work. And what do you notice? See what your one-liner is. Yeah, Larry, just share your situation.
My wife has been diagnosed with cancer, and I'm worried. My one-liner is, I have to worry about Carol.
Yeah, so good.
I have to worry about Carol. I've been going back and forth about what's the source of the worry? Where does it come from? Let's analyze this. And I said, what's there is I have to worry about her.
Yeah, yeah. If she's got this condition and this situation going on, there's that person suffering, I have to worry about it. So, I mean, powerful, awesome to see. Yeah, who wouldn't be? I have to. Okay, good. Anyone else want to share their situation? Sometimes just putting it out and sharing it into a circle of people. We get so nervous about sharing our thoughts. Like, oh my God, I can't. First of all, I have these thoughts, and now I don't want anyone to know about them because they're so, they sound so, I don't know, riddled with anxiety or childish. Yeah, Sarah. Let's see, don't forget to unmute yourself, my dear.
I can't get Zoom on the computer. It just keeps not coming up on the computer, but I can get it on my phone. And it shouldn't be happening that way.
Shouldn't be happening that way.
It should not be. And it's too small to even consider important and to say it out loud.
Yes.
It's too small.
Yes. Yeah.
And it really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I went through this yesterday.
It's
with something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should not be happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that you see that thing. It's like it's just too small, and there's so many other bigger things to care about, and why get, but it's too late. You're already got disturbed. So it's just good to see. We don't really have the disturbance comes or doesn't.
Yep.
So I love you mentioned that. It's just feeling what being disturbed is, and that it's because this is happening. It's going to keep me from something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That maybe it is more important to me than,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. or it's going to invade upon me. I'm either going to get abandoned or get invaded upon, like those two
Abandoned. Yeah.
two things. Yeah. Left or hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing it, even though it felt like, oh, I don't know. Thank you.
It feels better already.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes just yeah, just that alone. No new thoughts, not alone. Okay, Anne's sharing in the chat, and you're welcome to share in the chat. Sometimes that's, just if that feels most comfortable. And says, I'm mad at my body because it embarrasses me in pictures. Good one. Mary, I'm upset that my boss asked me to consider working extra next week. So good. Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, I wrote down, I'm underdeveloped psycho-spiritually. That's what I wrote.
Oh,
I usually go to the self.
yes. Yeah. Which I love noticing is it's the same or even feels heavier sometimes than how we're looking at the world.
Mhm.
Here I am, I'm underdeveloped. Like there is something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Powerful. And Deborah says, I get abandoned when I'm sick. So sick is being the worst. Yeah. I've been abandoned. Yeah. Anyone had that feeling before? I'm sick. And I think I'm abandoned by something, life, health, reality as it should be, happiness. Bonnie says, I should be focused, yet I resist and sabotage myself. Love the shoulds. I should do this, I should do that. The advice we give ourselves. Okay. And so just noticing this, how this rises, and like there that thing is, when it's not here, I might even be thinking about it. If I'm not thinking about it, it's okay. But if it comes back and I circle back into it and I'm there, I don't like it. Resistance, anxiousness, sadness. So let's maybe, if somebody wants to actually do the work who hasn't maybe ever spoken on this call before, just see if it's you. Feels so scary. It can feel very scary. If I wasn't afraid and I really wanted to just know the truth and trust however it is that I'm thinking and feeling is totally okay. Because how could it not be? It is. Can I just come and see what happens? Maybe Bonnie, the last person. I'll pick the last person. Let's see. I'm going to ask you to unmute. There, you're unmuted.
Okay.
So, you willing to do the work?
Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly. Well, what my statement was
Yeah.
I need to be focused, and I'm resistant. I feel like I have so much to do. There's no time, and yet I end up sitting around eating something rather than doing anything.
Ah, very good. Okay. So does it feel like there's the list or a thing that you should be doing or that you want to be doing or
Yeah, there's the list,
okay.
and I make the list,
Mm-hmm.
and every morning maybe I make it and look at it, and then maybe start on it, and then I've just been in resistance lately, that
Yeah. Yeah.
resisting what I feel like I should do.
So maybe everyone take a moment, whatever it is that was appearing, whatever was coming, and seeing what your advice is to yourself. Just take a moment and say, what do you say? I should, to kind of solve your problems, situation. Reduce your stress. What do you say? I should.
For me, there's such a long list in those shoulds. I should do things that are good for me. I should go outside and go for a walk, or no, maybe I should sit down and do work in the feelings workbook, or maybe I should do an inquiry, or there's all these things I should do that are good for me, that are good things, and I do them sometimes, and then sometimes I just blow it all off,
Yeah.
and I can't make myself do anything.
Yeah.
I take a nap.
Yeah. Yes. You can notice how those shoulds can look really favorable. They look like other people would give that advice, and those are great things. And boy, wouldn't that be wonderful? We can think. But this is a good one to look at. I mean, everyone see, I should just share just a few more of them, and then we'll all get to do the work, and but we'll start with you being this spokesperson, Bonnie. Yeah, Larry says I should save tomorrow for tomorrow and think about today instead. Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I should meditate. I should exercise. I should get my thinking straightened around. I should have made more progress by now. Excellent. I should be more competent and graceful. I should be able to think to myself out of my physical situation. To think myself out of my physical situation. Yes. Yeah. So there's something wrong here, and where is it? And I love the progress one. It's like there's a timeline, and we're moving through it, and we know what progress looks like, and we're just not, it's just not far enough down the road. Okay. So I know you wrote I should be focused instead of resistant. Does that sound about right? How you say it?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just noticing, it looks like what you are doing is resisting, and this word sabotage, which I love that word, sabotage myself. And I should be focused. This is not focused over here that I'm doing. Okay. I mean, everyone can notice, like, just see what it's like when you have all those shoulds, even just one should, and it's not happening. Just notice what that feels like in your body. Discouragement. I'm going to double down on this. Try harder. I'm going to keep looking for how to solve this problem. This is definitely a problem. Yeah, and Larry says, trapped in the loop of my thinking. I feel trapped. Okay. So let's look first. Let's just see what happens first, Bonnie, with the first question. Is it true? So just notice that moment when you are thinking about what you should be doing and you're not doing it. Or you should be focused.
Yes, it's true.
Okay. All right. Can you absolutely know this thing called focused should be here and it's not here? It should be another way than it is in this moment.
No, I can't know for sure.
And how did you see that right there? Like how'd you find that no?
Well, I should be focused, or I should be doing something. There may be a whole other reality that I can step into. Maybe I should dance, or maybe, maybe it's not just focused or not focused. There's a lot of things in between there that I could be having fun.
Yeah. Okay. I like also, sometimes this really fits. Sometimes you think, but what's the reality? It looks like this in the moment. It looks like the way it looks.
Mm, mm,
My mind is saying that's not good enough.
But it seems like like people said, I'm stuck and trapped in the middle of the two things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like between focused and not doing it. And I feel stuck and focused. So that feels almost hard. To be in that stuck place is awful.
Well, good to see. So keep noticing what that's like. How do you react when you're thinking, I need to get focused. I need to do it like that, in that direction over there. I need to not be doing it the way I'm doing it. How do you react when you see it that way?
It's like a rebel, it's like I'm a teenager and my parents are saying, you should be focused. And the part of me says, hell no, I won't be focused. It's that resistance.
Yeah.
And not wanting to be where I am right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I love how you saw for a second when this thought might have first occurred to you, teenager, or just something you get that rebellious feeling. What are your images of the future? Like, where is this going? I should be focused, and I'm not. What's going to happen? How do you react? Like, how does the mind see that?
Well, if I don't focus, then I'll just waste my time, waste my life. My mind says, you're getting older, you need to be focused, you need to accomplish something. Who knows how much time you have left on the planet. It's time to focus and accomplish things.
Mm, ah, isn't that great to see? I know what it would be good if I, with my time on earth, with my life. And if I don't do it, it looks like, I'm wasting something, wasting my life. I don't accomplish anything if I don't focus. No wonder we want focus so much. If it is going to help, like that's a pretty big, a wasted life or something that's where I've accomplished something. It's intense, and still something's in there. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay. And just notice how you treat yourself when you're thinking, what I am is not focused and I need to be. I should be in this moment. What happens there? How do you treat yourself when you're believing that thought?
I'm very critical of myself. Like somebody said, well, I should be further evolved by now.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have this problem. I should just be in the flow all the time rather than stuck.
Yes. Yeah.
So all the work I've done is just wasted because here I am stuck again.
Wow. Yeah. That's good to see that it takes whatever you have done and says and dismisses it.
Yeah.
It's all a waste. I'm stuck. Yeah. I really love seeing that one with like progress or where I should be, where it would be fantastic to be, and those images that come up. It's like I just have to form in my mind how it looks if I wasn't like this, if this wrongness wasn't present. I know how it would look. I know how it would feel, says the mind. Okay. So just anyone else want to share what happens when you think you should, and you've got your fill in the blank, and it looks like that's not happening? How do you react to that? Yeah, Deborah.
Total despair.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It's there because I have a lot of physical things going on with me, and I see people who have 4th stage cancer, and they do dances, and they do this, and they do that, and they're able to do so much. And I am suffering. I'm not able to raise myself. So all the shoulds just feel like failure.
Wow. Yeah, isn't that great to see that I see people doing it the way, they sound like it's the way it should be done. They're doing it right over there. They're doing something right. Yeah. And I'm not. Yeah. And I really appreciate that you said total despair. Yeah. Larry.
Deborah spoke for me. That was great. Despair, dread, images of perpetual caretaking, never getting better, guilty when I do things she can't do.
Yeah.
Comparison. Deborah sort of touched on this, comparing to how it used to be versus now and all of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Sarah. Hang on. I can't hear you quite yet.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Larry. Mine's just the opposite. What comes up for me is that, I'm always going to be always going to have somebody take care of my things. It's just, I'm never going to be able to be responsible to do things on my own. And, not smart enough, and just feeling this discouragement and this old feeling of just, well, then I'm just going to collapse.
Mm,
That's what I need to do, and then someone will take care of me. And yeah, and that feels really awful. It's
yeah.
like, yeah, it just gets, I mean, here we are. I'm actually on this session. I did it by my phone. I figured that out, but I still am bothered by the fact that I can't get it on the computer.
Mhm.
And it's like, I just have made such a big deal out of it. It becomes so large that
Yeah.
I can't do anything else until this is fixed. And that's such a theme in my life. And so then I go to Chip, who's a computer whiz, and he just very casually looks at it and goes, oh, well, you do this and then you do this. And I'm just like so pissed off, and it's like, I don't want to have to do that. So it becomes this big deal
Mm,
to
mm,
me. To him, it's just, yeah, whatever. It's just, I'll help you, no problem.
mm.
Makes me feel like I'm just this dumb thing and I'm never going to be able to control anything in my life it's like I'm out of control, out
Oh,
of control.
yeah.
And that's how it makes me feel. I get all tight and tense and, oh, here we go again. This is just another thing that I just can't handle. And, yeah. Yeah, I feel small. I feel
Yeah.
little, just as a little tiny person who just can't get it right. Yeah,
That's a
it's
good way to put
old,
it.
it's
Yeah.
very old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good, I'm a little tiny person who just can't get it. It's a
Just
good,
can't get it.
good way to see. Yeah. Just can't get it. And I hear, look, those other people can get it.
Yep.
Chuck
Yep.
can get it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right.
Not me. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So I mean, so good to notice this predicament. Carl says, I feel deflated. Such a good word. I see like a balloon just going ashamed. I think I should push harder. What's wrong with me? Hopeless. I give up. I'm behind. I've wasted my life and gifts. I see myself as a failure. Harsh self-criticism. Yeah. Caleb says, my stomach should be tighter with visible abs at this point in my fitness journey. Oh, that's such a good one. Yeah. Like, God, look at all the work I'm doing. I guess I need to push even harder. Like Carl's. How could I even push harder? All right. So, I mean, noticing this might be this seem like the silliest question. Does this thought bring peace or stress? And notice if there's something that says, yeah, but if I have peace, it'll never change. Yeah. Who cares about all this peace stuff? Like, that's not the answer. That's not it. I want something to happen. Yeah. And Deborah says, total stress, many exclamation points. All right. So Bonnie, anything more that you've noticed when you believe this, I should be, in this case, focused.
Well, yeah, if I was at peace, I wouldn't accomplish anything. I'd just sit around being blissed out. So
It's really good. Good to see. Yeah, that like peace equals, I love seeing this one now. Peace equals, I don't know, laying around all day, not caring about anything. Talk about wasted life. Yeah.
being kind to myself would be like, it's okay that you're not focused. Just be unfocused, and
Yeah.
then I would never accomplish anything.
Yes. I love seeing this one. It is, yeah, whatever the thing is that's saying I need to work, you know, be aggressive, like focus, arrow, something that's directed. Even with this work, need to really get it, you know, get it. Need to get something that I'm not getting, and I'm not giving up on that, because if I just have peace, nothing will ever happen. I will really not. I'll be completely the way I already feel, and it'll just be, you know, nothing. There'll be just, I'll just do nothing, accomplish nothing, go nowhere. There'll be something wrong with me, and it will just be permanently wrong. I need to try, you know, I need to try. Okay, so we know how familiar it is. So this is a really interesting question to ask. The fourth question in the work is like, who would you be without your story, without your story? But let's say we don't know, because can you know it's true that if you feel peaceful, you will not experience what you want to experience or achieve that thing or do the thing? Can you know that if you feel peaceful, you're giving up, and you know it's totally hopeless and you're completely giving up? That means you'll never ever do what you want to do, be creative. So just notice that. Can you know that that's true? Bonnie, you can just see, if I'm peaceful, bad news. Is that true?
No, and if I can't think the thought that I should be focused, I just kind of live my life and walk through my life and do what seems to be next. And I don't have all that pressure or judgment to be focused. I just am. And naturally, maybe if I do that, I'll just be in the flow. I would be in the flow, which is what I want, rather than feeling like I'm doing something wrong.
Nice. Yeah. So really feel that if you are in that moment, or have this repetitive moment where you think, I should, you know, anything comes to mind, be focused, target, go towards that. I'm not doing, you know, all the things. And in that moment, you just didn't even have anything about that story. And you kind of had like a little trust for life. Right in that moment. And you just know that it's just a thought that's saying focus is what's required here. Like there's something missing for me. If you don't have that, what if there is nothing wrong with me? And just only do it for a moment. Like it's hard to imagine that in time. And yeah. Without the thought, this is missing. There's something missing that I should be doing here. Something missing about me. And if you're not sure, like if you can't quite, what if that was the case? What if focus is not missing? And what
I
if,
feel like if I didn't have to be focused, I'd be creative. I would just be creative. It would be, life would be more fun.
yeah,
I could be spontaneous.
hmm, nice. Yeah. I mean, isn't that nice that that's what comes? I mean, and we're not even saying something needs to be nice, but like, how interesting. It's not, I would just lay on the floor all the time if I'm peaceful. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like if you have there's the mind coming up with ideas and you didn't believe them. They didn't need to mean something about you personally. If I'm not taking this personally, oh, there's something wrong with me. Sometimes it looks like, wow, I don't even know exactly what I'd be like right there. But I don't know. Instead of thinking that I know, I know that focus is missing. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, Larry.
I have so much trouble with this question. What's the point of this question?
Well, I love seeing. Am I dependent on my thinking and believing my thoughts, to live life? I've got all this thought about life and myself and the world. And is my thinking, we'll often say, wow, that thought's true. My thoughts are the things that are making me do stuff or not do stuff, or, live well or not live well. It's like, is that what it's about? Getting my thoughts squared away, and they're the ones that are in charge of life, thinking. And they do have a lot of power, that's for sure. We all can feel that. I guess that's how I'm answering it today. But like, so I notice that when I believe that my thoughts are the thing directing life entirely, like they're the ones in charge of life, getting my thoughts straight, doing it, just anything that I think about life, then I'm pretty insecure, because thoughts are very volatile. They're here and then they're not here and then they're here, and there's just a lot of I should do it, I shouldn't do it. You can't really know, like it's a giant question mark kind of ultimately, and then I'm hunting for the answer.
I'm having trouble because this for me bleeds into turnarounds.
Yes, maybe it does. Yeah. And just to not know. I mean, I love the turnarounds because it's like we can go all the way into, since thought is here and it's so present, our thinking, like maybe we just look at it from a completely different perspective, and that helps it kind of bring to the middle, just bring it to just somehow find the balance, like just detach, like disconnect from grabbing onto a thought so hard. Here's my theory about what it takes to live a good life. And I'm questioning that. Sometimes that can be a little challenging, make you feel so uncertain. I don't like that. But we don't like it with the thought either.
I think that's where I have my troubles because of my difficulty with this question. Because if I could detach in this question,
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have had the original statement to begin with. That's my
Sure.
trouble is, you know,
Yes, yes.
I have to worry about Carol. Detach from that, it's just your thinking.
Well, I like that it's not even commanding you to detach, because it looks like we're not detached. It's just, what if I don't know? Because I don't know exactly, what to do or how to be. And what if it's all right not to know? Like, we don't say, I need to know exactly when I'm going to need to go to the bathroom today, like what time. We just know we're going to go when we need to. And there's a lot of space. You could either go when you just first get the feeling, or you can wait a while because you're involved in something, and then you've got a lot of space in there, but you're just going to respond and do it. And you're not going to think a lot of thoughts about it for the most part. And there's always exceptions. People are like, but I do think about that. But I just if the room gets cold, you're going to get a sweater. And so could it be the same with whatever's happening here with life, that you have a wisdom within that just knows what to do when it's coming? Like, it didn't take lots of thinking to feel that you're chilly in the moment and you'd like to warm up. Yeah, who would I be? It's a very interesting question. And I like that the question is saying, who would I be, without the thought. You don't have to, it's not demanding you to be there.
Mm.
Be detached right now. So who would I be without my thought? And that's already there, who you are without your thought. Like, oh, I was just really focused on getting focus. I was really, really, really focused on that. Focus is missing. And telling myself that I should be more focused. I really got, like, I was staring at that. I was like singing the song of lack of focus. Or something's wrong with me. And something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with my thinking. I just got really into that in that moment. And I'm familiar with getting into that in that moment. Then I start to problem solve about it using my mind. I use thought to try to solve it, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's like thinking is fantastic. But if it's the only thing I'm depending on, I need to get my thoughts straight, squared away here. So just who would I be without my story? Very unknown. Yeah, Larry.
That's great, Grace. What I got was I can trust myself without the thought. I can trust myself to know what.
Yes.
I think part of the worry is just, well, I got a plan for this. Plan for something I don't know what's going to happen. It's like planning for the future. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yes. Yes.
So, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. What if I really am okay the way I am? And I have all that's necessary, all that's needed. Like, when I'm thinking something's missing, my attitude, or my thought, or anything at all. What if I have all that's needed in the moment? Well, so let's look at those turnarounds, because I do love them. It's kind of like, sometimes there's, who would I be without the thought? I have no idea. And But even just staying there, just letting it be not a stressful thing. You know, the mind goes racing off like, wait. So without the thought, I need like sort of aggression to make something happen too. Like we're really in this is peace is gonna I'm just gonna be like a wet noodle. I'm just gonna lay on the floor all day. If I'm really, that's what peace is. Who would I be without that thought? If you do not know. You don't know what's gonna happen if you're peaceful. All right, so let's turn your thought around. Okay, Bonnie. So just simple opposite.
I shouldn't be focused.
Yeah.
Because when I'm focused, my view is narrowed to something. I should be open to everything.
Hmm.
I shouldn't be focused because there's lots of other ways to be besides focused. I mean, it's not just like focused or not focused. I can be just open.
And do you notice how whatever your mind was saying, what focused looks like, what you're supposed to be focused on, like it usually has like these things that fall in the good category bucket. You know, a walk, creative, meditation, doing the work, then you know, all those things. This is not focused, it says. You should be doing those other things. This is not focused.
Yeah, because I could be focused on vegging in front of the TV. I could be totally focused on the TV.
I mean, it is nice to notice that like what I kind of am focused. I'm focused on keeping that huge list away because it's annoying me. I don't like to be dictated to, even if it's about, you know, spiritual achievement or what would be good for me, or like I like thinking about nothing in the moment, or yeah.
Yeah, there's something scary about letting go of that for some reason.
So that's really helpful to see, you know, if I let go of this, being in this position where I have the power to not do that list, I'll just be running around like, you know, doing it all the time or something. But I don't know. I just like seeing how maybe I am focused. I'm focused on not doing the list. You know, until I should be focused on the list, you know, or the things that I think are good. And I'm actually focused over here. But so what if I should be focused on what I'm focused on? Like, how
Yeah.
is that, you know, how is that of just benefit or interesting that I'm focused where I'm focused? I like the idea of not achieving from dictatorship, no matter what, how good it looks, you know, like from incredible discipline. The only when it seems that those who, you know, speak about peace or absence of it didn't do much for it. It just came in one day. They had a huge insight, or it dawned on them. I like that we say that word. It dawned on me And maybe my thinking is not in charge of my life. Could it be that if I'm not thinking, I'm okay, even more than okay? And so there's some kind of impulse about, watching TV and eating food that was just interested in not thinking.
Yeah, that's a way to shut that off.
Yeah.
Well, and I just had a flash, when you said total discipline and dictatorship, my dad believed that if you tell someone they're doing a good job, they will stop trying to achieve anything else, that they'll be happy where they are and just stop. And so he was always pushing us, showing or pointing out our faults to us. And I do that to myself. I feel like I need the dictator. If I don't have that dictator telling me what I should be doing, focusing, that
Yeah.
I'll just be a slug when I don't treat other people that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that I mean, it's just powerful to see, like just what I've put on. Just there's Father and the way Father voice is, and that it's inside of me, I'm relating to it. And yeah, just seeing what if I was creative and interested in, doing sometimes without the driver.
Yeah.
I just am, open, and then there's a time for rest. So it's even some kind of wisdom is appearing that's saying, let's not do the list right now. Just be. And then the thoughts are so active, it's kind of like, oh, but so I need some TV and some other stuff to get comfortable. So my thoughts are quiet. My feelings settle down. So you could say, in this turnaround, I should be focused. I already am focused. My mind is saying I'm focused on something it shouldn't be focused on. It's talking about what I should be focused on. So I shouldn't be focused on that list. I should be just focused wherever I am.
I like that. I'm already focused.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that I'm noticing that when I step out of that thought, it's frightening. So now there's a little bit of fear there. So it's interesting. I think it's deeper than I thought.
Yes. Yes. How can I let go of my theory about what needs to happen? Because I'll never get what I want to get, or I'll know, or something bad will happen.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing to question.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm just peaceful, I'll be obliterated. If I don't fight. Is it true? All right, Sarah.
Oh, this has been really helpful. Especially questioning the questions. I really like that. Not at first, but when we started questioning some of the questions, that was really helpful for me. And then in the turnaround, I said, I can get Zoom on the computer. I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. And then as people were talking, and as I was saying, wait a minute. I mean, it's not ridiculous because I've done it before. I can do it. I mean, I'm doing it on phone now, and I'm on Zoom. So it's just a matter of me going back and taking a little time now that I've calmed down.
Yeah.
I can do this. But then what comes up is, well, then maybe I won't need Chip anymore
Oh,
to fix all these things for me.
Ah.
And what does that mean?
Huh.
It's interesting. It's very interesting because that little fear comes up that our relationship has been a lot of that, not everything, but I mean, he's very good at fixing things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very happy to have him do it.
Uh-huh.
And what would happen if I took charge, because trusting that if I needed to do something myself, I really can. Because I'm here and I'm everything I've done in the world has gotten me to where I am. And that wasn't necessarily Chip. It was me. So there is a little bit of fear there about we're changing. Right now, he and I are having some real physical issues. And so we're not able to do for each other what we normally do. I think there's a little something that's come up around that. That we're in a stage in our life where maybe things are going to change a little bit. Maybe I'm going to be helping and fixing things for him.
Mm. Wow.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there are things I can do that are helpful. So it's really an interesting, this
Yes.
whole session has been just opened, like Bonnie said, opening my mind rather than feeling that stuck place.
Yeah. Could it be okay?
Could it be okay just to open my mind, let some creativity come in, and not let it go and not collapse, but just somewhere in the middle there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
noticing how it says it's been like this and now it's going to change and it'll be like that. And it'll just, even that's
Right.
thought images and thought, of course it would be doing that, drawing from what it's been like and imagining what it's going to be like later. And we just don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. Could it be okay? That's
Could it be okay?
main questions. Could it be all right exactly where I am? Could this be where I am on this issue or whatever came to be looked at today? Could it be, can I find examples of how I'm all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even as this, I've got this should happening or whatever. It's fine if I'm not focused on the thing, or
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So let's hear, I know. So, Bonnie, if you've got time to just see if you can find one example of how this is okay, the way it's going, focus or not, this absence of focus, it's okay the way it is, and it might even be supporting me somehow.
Yeah, because I don't need to be disciplined to do what I need to do. I can trust myself to be led. I don't need that dictatorship. I don't need the thoughts that I'm having trouble expressing it, but I don't need that heavy hand telling me what to do, that I can be gentle and just be present and do what feels right at the moment.
Yeah. And does that feel like you can find an example of when that's ever happened or ever? And it's okay if you can't land on that, right? Just automatically. Sometimes it's like we don't even know. I haven't ever even tried it that way, without like aggression.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one day just saying, I'm just going to have fun today. I'm going to put aside that list and the focus and everything and just have fun. And, my husband and I went on a drive and we went here and we really had fun. It was spontaneous and wonderful to not have that dictator around for the day.
Nice. Yes. That's a lovely example. Yeah. Like letting that dictator just recede into the background. It's not the one that has all the answers.
And the purpose went from focus to just living, having fun.
Yeah.
And so it kind of flowed. Yeah.
I really love seeing that, like that thought, we will just, like we were saying, we'll lie down all day
Yeah.
if we don't have, some kind of, a team leader, dictator coming in. And it's like, is that really true?
Yeah. When I let go of that, I felt much more alive. Much more alive.
So good. And you just feel like it's that bubbling aliveness. It's doesn't have shoulds in it.
No. I'm even thinking I should do that today.
I
Throw
like
out
the
the
idea.
list and just have fun and be alive.
Yes. Have fun and be alive. I mean, oddly, being here is temporary. I mean, everything's changing constantly all the time. So why wouldn't we have fun? And it doesn't mean, I like those ideas about like the abs, or accomplishments, even spiritual accomplishment of some kind, as like looking and seeing that'll never happen if I'm just having fun. But I would question that, just if I was relaxed, if what's here within is enough. Nothing's missing.
When I'm living that thought, I should be focused. I'm sort of in prison. I've imprisoned myself. I'm like, that's what I have to do. I'm frozen there. Where if my purpose is to be alive and have fun, it's freedom.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. And I find like in freedom, things can happen that are on lists, like you sweep the floor and it's like, oh my God, before it was covered with stuff and now it's completely clean. It's so amazing. I don't know. It's just like, it's not bad. It's can be fun without my thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I like, if I do think I'm interested in creativity or creation, it looks like it takes time to be at the beginning, middle, and end. But trusting every single part of the process. At the beginning is great, and the middle is great, and the end is great. All of it. Yeah.
Thank you. It feels much lighter and not as frightening to step out of that.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah. Am I safe in this unknown place? Because it is really unknown. Maybe something in us all already knows it's safer than we've been thinking. Yeah. So any comments or feedback or anything that came up after hearing all this? Yeah, Larry.
Trust, you said it. What I got was, I can trust that I'll know what to do when I know what to do, when I need to know what to do. I'll know what to do when I need to know what to do, but also trust Carol. She knows what she needs to do when she knows what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
watching her so closely, like she's incapable of taking care of herself, and she's fully capable actually of taking care of herself. So
yes.
trust life. That's a hard one for me. That's trust. Just trust.
Yeah. And just remember, it's only hard for the mind. Everything else is trusting life. Everything else about you is trusting life. And that is nice. It's like when I'm see myself as adequate, this is enough. I'm here, I exist, it's enough. Those other people are too. Just trust they're doing whatever they need to do. It's not personal. So I like the living turnaround of having a little fun today. Just having a little fun, even with the thing that you think I really, really want. I like that. I like that idea. It sounds so great. You know, I'd only want it if when I got there, I imagine I'd feel peace and happiness. And maybe it's more likely to feel peace and happiness if I tap into it right now. You know, not later in the future, but right now. Despite all the faults and, you know, being so mediocre or inadequate or not making progress or whatever. Just like, what if it's enough? What if it's enough the way it is? Just what if? Only my mind would be talking about how it isn't. And my mind is not bad either. Yeah, it's just, oh yeah, I'm thinking, I'm thinking again. All right, beautiful inquiry. Thank you, Bonnie, for your courage to say yes. And thank you, everyone. And so enjoy yourselves. See you next time. Yeah, lots of love, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.